see. We're live. Yay!
Awesome.
Yay! There you show us you under the hat.
Hello, everyone. I'll probably take that off
Oh,
just because you can see my face better.
yay! So good morning. I appreciate you coming on so early. It's what time there?
It's 7 o'clock, 7
Oh,
a.m.
yikes. Yeah, matter of fact, my viewers, we do alternating 10 o'clock and 1 o'clock Eastern because some of them complain about the 7 o'clock Pacific.
Yeah, no, I wake up around this time usually, so it wasn't any problem for me.
Oh, yay. Yeah, no, I don't really. If I have to, I do.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So,
I do that millionaire thing where you have to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and then meditate and then I don't know,
really?
invest in the stock market and shit. Yeah,
Totally. Huh?
if you go on Instagram, they say this is how every billionaire lives their life. So they wake up at 5 a.m., they meditate, and then they
I
think
think
about
that's
money.
bullshit.
Yeah, yeah, no, seriously.
Right.
It
I
is
think
just
so, but I don't know. Yeah. I don't yeah, I do a lot of those courses where you go to stuff and they talk and they all want you to get up early and I'm thinking, "Oh, I don't know
yeah, yeah.
that."
No, I'm good.
Yeah. I
Right?
like the I like the advice where it says find the sweet spot where you're the freshest and most, you know, alive in your brain and
Yeah,
concentrate on working then. And
yeah,
that for me, that's not 7 in the morning.
yeah. I
So
love that so much. Right? Because I mean, you're not even your most functional at that time unless you had like 8 hours or 9 hours of sleep. So
right,
if I go to sleep
right.
at 1 a.m., I'm still supposed to wake up at 5 o'clock and then
Yeah.
get the hustle going. No, I'm gonna
No.
press snooze.
No, this whole having the kid thing has about killed me because you probably don't know this part about me, but I adopted a baby when I was 42, not realizing that it was like a freight train hitting you. I mean, it's
Yeah,
awesome, an awesome train, but it's still a freight train hitting you. So now, of course, I'm in my 50s, and the school bus comes at like, oh, look, for the last 3 years, I think it was 6:20 or something. The school bus comes. So, I mean, I sit out there in the van at the bus stop with the kid, waiting for the school bus, acting like I'm not in my pajamas with my hair all wild.
yeah,
I'm just like, yeah, I'm doing it. I'm sitting here. This is what it's supposed to look like, because I'm like,
yeah,
I am not getting dressed for that,
yeah. No, I get
and
it.
I
Yeah,
am going back to bed afterward too. So
my mom used to give me rides to school all the time in pajama pants. So I'm like, yeah, I get it. No one wants to. Nobody wants to. I don't want to wake up at 7 a.m. So yeah, I get it.
hey, you know what I wanted to? So we got connected. Um, how did you happen to text me? Because you are in shuffle with me,
Yeah,
but you're like in my sixth or something. Did
yeah.
you did you happen to? How did you happen to find me?
So I was sitting with my friend Jamar, and I was trying to get into the business that he got into because I want to make money. And one of the strategies that he uses on Shuffle is that he friends as many people as possible, and then he reaches out and he talks to them, and then they eventually collaborate on something. And then you just happen to be one of the people. You're like the only person that I've connected with on Shuffle that I'm still talking to because I
Oh,
did like
that's
five
awesome.
people, and then I just stopped. I'm like, all right, I'm not
No,
doing this
that's
anymore.
smart of him, though. That's
Yeah,
smart of him
yeah,
because, matter of fact, I was telling you before we went live, my theme in the whole world, and the guys listen to this know this one is, you can be successful in anything if enough people know what you do.
enough people
And
know.
what
Yeah,
he's doing is getting more people to know what he does.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah,
Very
that's
great
awesome.
strategy. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome. I was like intrigued by you from the beginning, especially because now what made you wake up and say, "Gee, I think I want to be a comedian"?
This started about middle school. I wasn't the class clown, but I saw someone I knew very well at the time be a class clown and make everyone laugh, and then it was just such a magnetic thing to watch. Because everybody would just like want to gather around and just like watch him kind of be funny and tell jokes and stuff like that. I was lucky enough to have a class with him, so it was like a little bit after that I was like I kind of wanted to do that, and then had no interest in any kind of academic endeavor like that.
Yeah.
So right, I was always creative, so I was like, I can definitely, I would work way harder at this, and want to grow at this than I would in any kind of academic kind of field. So it was that, and then on top of that, then you have the cliche like, okay, well, I also watch stand up, I listen to stand up albums, I watch comedy shows, so and for some odd reason, I've always, even before I even knew I wanted to be a comedian, I wrote jokes and I wrote sketches before all this. So like, it was a lot of it was like um Tosh Point oh, Daniel Tosh, stuff like that. Like I would see him and be like, oh, I want to write jokes too. So I mean, it definitely middle school. So it's like 14, 13.
Now that's awesome. And you're from my neck of the woods, not quite as rural, but you're from
Connecticut?
New England.
Yes. Okay. I was
You're
gonna
from
be like,
Connecticut, right?
yeah.
Yeah, being from Connecticut, you think New Hampshire is not your neck of the woods.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
But
I've never
everybody
been to
else
New
in the
Hampshire.
country thinks we're both in New England, right?
Yeah. Yeah. No, not at all. No, no, no. I'm all the way in the West, all the way in
Right.
California.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
from New
So
Hampshire.
what did you say? I think I'll pick the absolute opposite of where I grew up and move to LA. Is that what you did?
Absolutely. Well, yeah, and then it's the weather, which is the big sell that everyone says. A part of it was the weather. I could easily go to, I could have gone to New York. Um, the problem with that is that it's surprisingly easier to survive here off of nothing than it is in New York. And on top of that, it's the weather. New England weather is
Yeah.
horrible. It's 10 degrees in Hartford, Connecticut right now. So I'm
Right.
I'm,
Well,
I'm
you
gonna stay
you
over
can
here.
imagine what it is here because I'm what, like 4 hours north of there.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
exactly. So I'm just like, I'm not putting up with this. I'd rather move over here to the west.
So
Thank
did you
God.
do that right away when you turned 18?
Move here? No, no, no. When I turned 18, I started doing. I was still living in Connecticut, but I was doing background acting in New York. I would travel 2 hours back and forth
Wow.
early in the morning to from late at night, going to New York to make $178,
Wow.
being in the background of whatever movie or TV show that was on at the time. Very fun, very fun experience. And then
But
a lot of
that's how you meet people though. That's you got to
yeah,
do that kind of
I was
stuff.
just about to say, two friends in particular I've known for that long that I still keep in contact with over the phone. So
Wow. So I have to ask you this, of course. How's your parents like this choice of career?
my mother is incredibly supportive, thank God. She's like
Nice.
ridiculously supportive, and um I mean, yeah, she is like, I mean, if you go to my YouTube videos, she's the one who's always like commenting on stuff. So, and then she's
Oh,
just
that's
like checking
fabulous.
on and off all the time, just checking and stuff. And it's not like I came out here just to be a comedian. I'm also an actor. I act as well, and I do other things for money here too. But I didn't move out here just specifically just for comedy. But
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Oh no, that's neat. I didn't know you did acting. That's perfect
yeah,
because my kid is creative too. He's all matter of fact, his big thing is he does musicals and stuff at school for right now. Right.
okay,
He was before the whole thing got shut down in sorry, I'm going to swear right now, in the shit show, before the whole thing got shut down at the shit show. He got the part of Eric in Little Mermaid in the little company near us, the acting company. And he was doing good. And he's kind of like an introvert kid. So I was thinking, oh, how's he going to do those solo singing in front of everybody? But he pulled it off. He was able to do it, and it's nice to see something that he likes that much. You know what I mean? Because he doesn't. I keep telling him, but he's gonna need that much liking of it to get past the crap at the beginning, as
yeah,
you well know, the driving to the city for 2 hours for a background part kind of thing.
yeah,
And yeah, I keep telling him he's going to have to. He thinks he's going to be able to just do that and make enough money to live, but I'm sure you've already encountered
young
how many,
people, yeah.
yeah, how many different. Because I know personally, I've done, oh God, waitressing. I've done so many odd, wild jobs, and you probably have too, right?
Yeah, yeah, I do tons of jobs actually at the moment. Um, I'm actually just trying to tap into like multiple streams of income. But it's funny that you say that you've done all these odd jobs because that was like I think the thing back then was where it's just people just did like a non let's say what's the word I'm looking for, a non-electronic internet based way of doing things that we do now, because you can just go on the phone and then you can be like, let's say a welder here, you can go here install someone's couch, you can go here and then do all these other things, but it's all like on your phone. Back then it was like mainly like a verbal thing. You had to like talk to people and be like, well, I also do shelves and
Right.
stuff like that too. So right, so like they're the my friend was actually talking about this, where it's like immigrants come over here and then that's how they kind of start doing things. So like $50 here, $35 there, and stuff like that too. So it's very interesting how that's now on your phone. So I'm
Right.
just like
And people like me, now I feel old, right?
yeah, you feel
People like
overwhelmed and
me,
stuff like that too. So
older, but it's not overwhelming, I guess. I'm trying to keep up with it because, of course, I've got a 15-year-old. So I got to stay on top of this, plus the fact I run a business and I have to stay on top of it. But so I try to jump in when stuff comes out. Like when our
yeah,
company came out with a website, this was now, what, 15 years ago or more? That seems like not very long, but there's people still not ordering that way. And I'm like, no, no. When it first comes out, you got to jump on it because there's not going to be a point where they say, you know what, cars aren't working out that well. Here's your horseback. They're not going to do that.
yeah.
You're going to have to just suck it up and go with it. But yeah, I'm trying to stay right. But
No,
right.
no, right. Yeah, and I get it. It's I mean, the Amish are still doing shit like that. The Amish are
Right.
still
Well,
they
well,
don't care.
it's hard for like indirect sales. I have a team of thousands of people, and there's a whole bunch of people my age or around my age that are not willing to make the change.
The
And
technological change, you mean?
right, yeah,
Yeah, I mean, that's everywhere, surprisingly. You'd think it's just be in sales and stuff. There are
uh,
comedians, for example, who refuse to, let's say, have a YouTube channel or do anything on the internet. A lot, you'd be
oh, they
surprised
won't.
actually.
They won't do
They
that.
just won't. They either won't or just haven't done it. And a lot of
Oh,
comedians, myself included, are just kind of talking about like how that's not the way to do it anymore. Unfortunately, is you can't just be doing the live. I mean, you can't not have a social media presence at this point. So it's
well, I mean, especially with the shit show going on, because how are you going to get a lot of people to know what you do?
exactly. I mean, I started
Yeah,
a YouTube channel at the beginning of the pandemic. I immediately knew what the fuck was going on. Not that I didn't know, not that I knew what was going on, but I was just like, it wasn't like a strategist kind of way. It was mainly like I have to make people laugh some other kind of way.
yeah,
So yeah.
yeah. So your driving thing is just to make people laugh, not necessarily a giant career in this.
No, big career, but I
Okay.
also enjoy making people laugh. Yeah, no, no, no,
No,
no, no, no.
okay.
Not
Okay,
gonna
you
be one of
saved
those
yourself.
homeless people that's like, no, I mean, hey, I do this. I just like making people laugh. No, 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 I genuinely enjoy the thing, but I'm like, no, 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 I want to be a billionaire. Thank you.
Okay, okay. No, no, you saved yourself there.
Yeah,
'Cause I'm
yeah,
all about the money, to tell you the
yeah.
truth, right?
Oh no,
I
same. No,
like
no,
to
no,
help
same.
people, but it's about the money, right? Yeah.
Oh no,
No,
no, no, no, really. No, 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 really. I mean, the pandemic didn't even apply to rich people. They were like, "What do you mean pandemic? I'm at a party right now. Can you get off my phone?" They don't care. I love it.
yeah, no, money's definitely choices. That's what I like about it.
Yeah, freedom
Yeah,
essentially.
well,
So
yeah,
yeah,
because I had none for quite a while, and that was not funny. That was not funny.
yeah. I mean, well, it's funny now, but in hindsight. But you get the idea.
Well, right. I don't know if it's still not funny, really. I thought it would be
Yeah.
funny now, but it's still not funny. Well,
Yeah.
what's not funny is because I realized that something could happen and I could be there again, and I don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
So
I get that.
I'd be poor again. Thanks anyway.
Yeah. It's really just making sure you don't make the same mistakes. I'd say.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So yeah. Matter of fact, I have backup plans for my backup plan's backup plan because yeah, no,
It's
living in my
yeah.
car is not something I want to experience twice.
Yeah. Oh boy. I mean, I know a comedian specifically, a really funny guy. He's doing it purposefully. He's purposefully living in his car. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'm sure you save a lot of money on soap. I don't know. So good for you.
So that's what he's doing, that to come up with material.
No, he's just doing that because I mean
Oh,
the
to
cost of
save
living in
money.
LA is high, but it's just like I mean he's just doing it. I forgot to ask him why he's
It's probably
specifically.
not as high as New York.
No, not at all. That's why
Oh
it's one
yeah,
of the reasons why I live out here. But yeah,
yeah.
I really gotta get back to him on that. Why did he live in his fucking car?
you,
It's
you know, you know what's funny? I'm sure in Connecticut you might have a problem. Like we don't have really a homeless problem up here in New Hampshire because
no,
you'd have to be pretty stupid to be homeless up here because you freeze to death.
yeah. There's
Right, you
not
can move
really
down. Right, not in
no.
Connecticut either. Yeah.
Like where I'm from, Britain, Connecticut. There's like there are homeless people scattered, but I mean the homeless situation obviously is far worse here. And I was talking to my friend about this. The homeless people here are far more confident than they are in Connecticut. They will talk to you like you're their
Oh,
best friend. They will
oh,
ask you questions. They will talk. They have. I mean, in Connecticut, they have shame, rightfully so. But here, they don't care at all. They don't even think they're homeless. They just so it's just very
oh.
very interesting. So that's a
They're
culture
tenting.
shock.
They're just
Yeah,
tenting out there. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. And
very.
I kind of like that about here. As someone who didn't have any money, I didn't want to be homeless again. I was homeless a little while, but here you got to stay on it. You got to work. You got to stay on it because you can freeze to death. If I even
Yeah,
go outside and forget my keys and lock myself out, I could be
you're
dead.
done. Yeah,
So
yeah.
ooh, yeah,
I don't know if
not
you
out
heard about
there
that
though.
guy who freezed. I mean, I think he was. I don't
Oh
think he
no,
was
that
homeless.
guy was had to be an idiot though. I mean,
Yeah.
come on, why didn't he honk his horn?
Oh wait, no, he wasn't in his car. No, I don't think he was in his car. I think he like slept. I don't know, like on a
No,
stairwell or
but the
something.
guy. Oh, because there was an old guy in the news. He got buried in the snow by a plow buried him in the snow,
Yeah, no, I
and he
wasn't
had
talking
the
about
cell
that.
phone and called on his phone, but he stayed in there and almost died because he didn't get out.
Yeah, no, I wasn't talking about that. It was like some guy who was working at a job, and then like apparently he was like he went to sleep at some, I think outside the freezer, and then he just froze to death. And
Oh
oh no,
Jesus!
it's in the bathroom. Yeah, it was in the bathroom, and I'm like, oh, that's really fucked up.
He just froze to death
He
on
just
it.
froze to death. It was very,
Wow.
yeah, it was very weird. I mean, that's like the, I mean, like,
Why?
hey, at least he died in
Why?
his sleep. That's
Oh, that's why I didn't get the old man. I mean, like honk the horn. You had enough cell phone to call once, call 12 times. If someone
called
doesn't
12
come get
times.
or
But he did,
smash the window
he
or
didn't die though. So that, as you said, so thank God.
right. But he didn't do anything to help himself. Someone randomly found him.
Yeah, they were like, "What the
Yeah,
hell are you doing in there?" And they're, I mean, I
they
swear.
were. Hey, you know
Uh,
what I wanted to ask you about? I don't know if you saw the show a couple weeks ago, but um, what is your now? You're a much younger guy. Um, did you realize about the man village rules? Oh, did you know? I know you know, like the no talking in the men's room thing. There's no talking in the men's room, right?
it's not really a thing.
Right.
You just can't use the urinal directly next to each other. That's the only you can talk to each other.
Oh, okay. So, but there's a whole bunch of rules, and did you know the women don't know about that? Most
Yeah,
women
yeah,
do not know.
yeah. No,
Yeah.
I totally understand. I mean, and it's the same way, vice versa. That I'm sure there's
We
tons of
don't
rules that
have
we don't
rules.
even know.
Okay,
And then, yeah,
what are our rules? We don't have rules. The only rule I think I've ever heard is, and it's not even hard and fast, is like don't date a guy shorter than you.
see,
That's about it.
but it's
But
not.
we
That's not
don't,
even a rule, really. I mean,
right.
that's just
That's
like a
not even
preference.
right, right.
What's a
I mean
rule?
the man village rules, I mean like my buddy Lee there, he knows all the rules. He has like a big playbook from rules. Of course, he's from West Virginia,
You know,
home of the man village planet, right? So, but like two men can't ride together on a motorcycle.
that's not a rule.
That's not a rule.
It's not a rule at all. No. In
Oh,
fact, it's necessary in a lot of cases. A lot of people don't have cars, so yeah, that's definitely not a
So
rule.
they're riding
What?
together out
Where
there?
the hell? They're doing it together. I mean, they're what the hell kind of rule? That sounds so dumb.
But see, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm
there.
saying
That's
to
not a rule.
him, but I mean, they have all these rules. I mean,
Can you give me some more rules, and I'll just tell you like what is like an actual rule and what's not? Because
yeah.
I
So,
mean, the
so
only
his,
rule, yeah.
yeah, his what, and I said, what is up with the, okay, so I'll tell you why he said the whole rule is, and I don't understand it myself. So, in the reason I found out about it was in the Minneapolis airport. This is years ago. A senator was in there and got arrested for tapping his foot on the floor.
What?
Evidently, in the bathroom in the men, if you tap your foot, that means you're trying to hire a prostitute or something in the men's room. So they
This
had a
was in
sting
West Virginia.
operation. No, no, this is in Minneapolis at the airport. This is like
Okay.
nationwide. Okay, so you they have sting operations in the men's room. They don't have no sting operations in the women's room ever. By the way, they don't. They don't.
Okay.
So this old man senator lost his family, his job, and everything over tapping his foot. He never even said anything because they
Huh.
said he was soliciting prostitution. And it's like, how can that be? So I was asking my buddy there, and he said, "Oh no, there's no talking because," and it all boils down to all of the rules boil down to somebody might perceive that the person's gay in the men's room.
Yeah. No, I get that. That's an actual thing, but
But
the
why does that
tapping
make
and
any
the
difference?
how is
Right.
that not a
Oh, so you're as perplexed as I am. Is it because is that so those rules are the middle-aged guy rules?
I mean, no, it actually extends to all ages. I mean, mainly to the older men, but yeah, the misperception that you could be homosexual, that is an
Well, why does it
actual
matter? I don't care
danger.
if there's homosexual people in the women's room. If
Yeah, I don't care
someone
either. I
no,
don't.
and
Yeah,
if
it doesn't
someone
matter to
even
me.
comes up like if the case was different and it was a woman senator or a woman, just a little old lady in the woman's room, and she came right up and propositioned somebody with a $20 bill, we just giggle and leave, or
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 just say
say
no.
no thanks, honey, we're
Yeah,
not into
that's a
it,
whole
or
thing. Yeah, I
you
mean,
certainly wouldn't get her arrested.
yeah, well, that kind of goes into the misconception that the majority of homosexual males are predatorial. So I get why that there's such an aversion to that. So
Oh, because see,
yeah,
yeah, as women, we're all like, what? Because the whole,
yeah,
yeah, next
that
to each other in the urinal thing is
the
messed
yeah.
up
I mean,
too.
that's it's mainly just kind of like a personal space in terms of the urinal situation. That actually that rule in particular, I don't think has anything to do with homosexuality. That's just like a like really, you know what I mean?
But I
That's
mean, I don't know. And so, how
because
about
like there'll
the
be like what that is like there'll be tons of urinals and
yeah?
then tons of open urinals and then the person will walk in while you're using your urinal to the far left and then he'll come in and then he'll go to the one right next to you even though there's several other free urinals to go to, so it's just like that's also the big reason too. It's like, why are you standing next to me so close to me like that?
Well, I guess yeah. I guess in the woman's room, we're not standing there holding our jump, so it's not as uncomfortable, right?
Yeah,
I
I
guess.
mean there's more. I think I'd say there's more conversation in the women's room than there is the men's room, so
Oh yeah, so yeah, we're absolutely talking. We don't care. We were surprised that there's no talking in the
yeah.
men's
Well, it's not even that there's no. It's not even that it's a rule or anything like that. There's just nothing to say.
room.
There's just nothing to say.
So,
It's in the bathroom.
no, see, I
Yeah.
think you're into the rules more than you're thinking. So
Really?
now in the women's room, you can spare a square. So like if you go into a booth and there's no paper, you can ask somebody in the next one to spare a square. I understand in the men's room that's not
No, you can
allowed.
do. No, you can do that. You can
Oh,
totally do that. Yeah. See, who's telling you this?
right.
So you can do that, and it's not like you can't talk. You can talk. Listen, if you try to have a conversation with someone in the bathroom, in the men's bathroom, they'll have a conversation with you. I mean, where I live in Los Angeles, I haven't been in a Connecticut bathroom in a very long time, but I'm sure if you try to talk to them, they'll just talk to you back.
Oh,
It's when you proposition them or do anything that is misperceived as homosexual that it's the problem. But I've never. But I you can ask them for a square. Um,
oh,
I
geez. See,
think yeah.
I think it's because you're younger, and
Uh,
that's
yeah,
that's kind of awesome though, because to think there's another generation of people that have all these rules,
yeah,
it's kind of
exactly. I mean, I
freaky.
get that. Yeah, it's freaky, but it's like, I mean, yeah, it's fucking. I mean, it's. I don't. I wish I could psychologically analyze why they're doing that, but it's just like, I mean, I can't. There are no rules, especially in my. I mean, if anything, the rule. Oh, absolutely. If anything, in California, the rule is that you're supposed to talk to the guys in the bathroom. If anything.
Oh, okay. So it's like you're doing it on purpose to flaunt the rule.
Yeah, yeah, well, yeah, flaunt the rule and to prove that you're not that you like gay people, that you don't hate them. That's the whole thing. It's like a
Uh,
never ending game of trying to make people know that you don't hate everybody. So you have to talk to them.
that's kind of that's kind of funny too.
Thank you. They just keep moving the line up. I mean, I mean, you're homophobic if you don't have a boyfriend and all that shit. So it's just that's really what it is now. So
Oh, you know what's funny? Most of your content, I was gonna say this. So, are you going for like to be provocative? Because
yeah,
you don't shy away from the stuff that is controversial.
yeah, not at all. No, I've always prided because I mean that's who I grew up with. Those are the juggernauts coming from my inspiration. And on top of that, I mean, yeah, it is an art form that I lean heavy into. So yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, that's my main goal. That's my main point is to just be offensive and vulgar and stuff. I mean, the funniest one was, I mean, I always think back to you remember the National Lampoon?
Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah,
like
they
that.
that cover of the magazine where they had a dog and they had a 44. No, they had a revolver to its head and it was like, if you don't buy this magazine, we'll kill this dog. And
Oh
it's like
God.
such a fun. I'm like, that is just so brilliant how you just even come up with that. I'm like, that's the shit I want to do. So yeah,
So no, that's just funny. No, the whole I don't know why I'm like obsessed with the man village thing, but I think it's because where I live, of course, everybody is like beard, mustache, gun rack, flannel shirt, pickup
yeah,
truck, dog,
I would love to live
and
there. Yeah,
and they're all they're all like that though. They're all following the rule book.
hyper
So
masculine. Yeah, I mean, it would
yeah,
be a culture shock. It would definitely be a culture shock if I moved over there. I would love to move over there. They sound nice. It'd be a nice breath of fresh air.
yeah.
But I mean, do they call it the man village?
No, I do.
Oh,
I
okay, well then there you
yeah,
go. Then that's the case. I mean, yeah,
yeah.
because if you
No,
call it
just
the man
because
village, they would.
no, they act, a lot of men act like they like are offended that I found out or something. And some of
There
my
is
friends have been
no.
telling me, right. But okay, so one of the things that was so funny about the motorcycle thing. So I had this big fundraiser for a guy that drove his Harley. So you know he's a Man Village guy around the entire country for a fundraiser, and he got here. And one of my other friends is friends with him, and my other friend happens to be blind, legally blind. He can see a little bit, but he said, "Oh, I would so love to ride on that Harley," and and the guy with the Harley was given rides. I didn't realize that he was only giving rides to women. I wasn't paying attention. I saw him go back and forth, and I thought, "Oh, that's nice. He's giving rides." So the other guy comes up and he said, "Oh my God, I wish I could ride on that." And I said, "You're in luck. He's giving rides." And he went, "Oh no, no, I can't ride with him." And I said, "Why not?" He said, "Two men can't ride together on a motorcycle." And I
That's yeah.
said, "Why not?" And I said, "Don't you get like a pass because you're a blind guy? You know, isn't there like a pass system for that?"
You would
And
think.
he said, "No." And but that part I don't get is like he said, it's because your junk's near each other. And I'm
Yeah,
like, "But you're wearing pants. Both of you are wearing pants." So it's like two layers of stuff between your
yeah,
junk.
exactly. I mean, they don't care about that. Please explain. So this is in West Virginia now, right?
No, no, New Hampshire, but we're sister states,
New
really.
Hampshire, New Hampshire, right? I mean, oh my God, that would never, ever, ever happen in California. Oh my God. I mean, if you say anything like that in California, they get really upset over here. So
Really?
it's a big culture shock. You're like, well, what's right? I mean, it's so. Oh my God, they would not. Oh, those people in New Hampshire would not like it here. Hilarious. They would not like it
Oh
here.
no. Yeah, so
Yeah.
the two of them, I'm standing there. I remember this like it was yesterday. It was right here. The two of them, right? The guy with the motorcycle and the blind guy standing next to each other. And I said, this is perfect. You can give him a ride. And they didn't look at each other. They looked at me and simultaneously went, uh-uh,
That's funny.
no,
That's
no.
funny.
And I just like, what do you mean? And because at first it didn't dawn on me that it was a
That it was a
man
rule.
village rule.
Apparently, yeah, no.
Right. I
That
think
is the
maybe it's
funniest.
the city versus the country, maybe. Because this is definitely rural stuff, and so is the West Virginia guy. He's always lived rural.
I'd say so. I mean, a lot. It could just be where you brought up, but maybe the yeah. I mean, this entire time I never knew. I mean, well, hold on a second. There's another rule, quote unquote rule that I can think of right now, where it's like, what's the no? I wish I could pull something similar to that
Yeah,
stuff like
Shelley
I've
was
heard.
saying, there people are commenting. Sorry, and I'm not reading them.
Oh, no
Shelley
worries.
Shelley was saying, I think it also differs by region of the country. I don't know
Yeah,
because I've been overseas and in England and Ireland when I was
yeah,
talking at an Avon event, which Avon's my main gig, and I was shocked because like I'm standing there talking to some reps and their husbands. I don't have anything intelligent to say to the husbands because what do I have in common with them? So I usually say something about the man village, right? So I'll go, hey, is there any talking in the men's room over here? And they, all of them, even over there, they all act like I asked them if there was murdering going on in the men's room. They go, oh, no, 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 there's no talking in the men's room.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, listen, at this point, I could just be unaware of a rule that I was inadvertently participating in because I don't talk in the men's room regardless, even if I didn't, because I didn't know the rule, but I don't talk in the men's room just anyway. But I mean, she was, well, hold on one second. She wrote, yeah, Shelley is actually correct. In California, people don't care over here
Yeah.
in terms of about any of that, about
So
any of it.
I wonder what my friend would say about that. He'd probably have something smart to say.
He'd hate it here, probably. I'd say. I mean, he would not like it here, if
Right.
anything. So, I
Yeah.
mean, and the
I've just
same
been
thing.
surprised
Yeah.
how many, because even, well, I'm from New England anyway. So my mother, I said to her, did you know about this whole not talking in the men's room thing? She said, no, that's not true. And she said, I was married for 25 years and I've got a son I raised. I would know if there's no talking in the men's room. I said, well, let's ask my brother just to make sure. So I said to Scott, I said, hey, is there any talking in the men's room? And he said, oh my God, no. And he said to my mother, remember Paul? He worked with us on that fair back in Pennsylvania in '86. He talked one time in the men's room.
And then what happened to him?
They remembered it for 25 years, 40
Jesus,
years. It's been 40
Jesus
years. They
Christ, man.
remember.
That's the most
Right.
sitcom shit I've ever heard in my life. Oh my God.
So now I'm going to give you nightmares about it. They'll see
Yeah, I mean,
me a bit. I'm
either way, I
telling
mean, because I don't even like talking to random people like that anyway. So I'm just like, okay.
No, I'm telling you, this is a redneck bit. You could do a bit about it.
Oh yeah, even
Oh,
when I'm in the bathroom, I mainly have headphones on. I'm always listening to music. So I'm just like I'm drowning everybody out. You can't. There's
see,
no
I
rule
think
against listening to music.
You're participating in the man village rules and you don't even know it.
I don't even. Yeah, because I mean, I'm listening to music. I'm like, I don't want to talk to anybody when I'm in the bathroom, and I'd rather listen to the podcast that I'm listening to right now. So I
Oh, that
mean,
you're listening to while we're talking, right?
yeah, something like that, right? Or maybe even I'll be on the phone. There's no rules against that either. You can be on the phone in the men's room
Oh,
talking to
oh,
somebody
you
else.
can. Okay. Yeah, see, I thought that was a no. Yeah, we talk in the bathroom. We talk all the time. We don't care. I sell stuff in the bathroom. I mean, stuff I'm selling like Avon and stuff. I don't care. I'm talking to
Yeah,
people, meeting people. We don't care.
yeah. I mean, that's the whole thing. Yeah. See, Shelly also commented we've been talking to people in the restroom all the time. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah,
even just
me.
talking. They share everything. They're like, "Do you have an extra tampon?" Sure, I do. Why
But
didn't you say so? I
Yeah,
see.
my buddy Lee there, he he thinks that there's little couches and flowers in all the women's room. That's not actually true. That's a rampant rumor.
Yeah,
No,
no.
but our bathrooms are much cleaner.
I
I
actually
don't
heard
know.
that was a misconception.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
no. That's amazing to me actually because you guys actually have an aiming device. We don't, and we
yeah,
actually hit it more often.
yeah. No, that's funny. There was like there was like a subreddit, and a custodian who's like, I clean bathrooms. Women are way dirtier than men. There's a misconception that it's the other way around. And I was like, what?
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Apparently is what. Hey, I'm not gonna argue with a professional. I'm not gonna argue with it. That person does this for a living, so they're gonna be like,
Yeah.
yeah, I've been cleaning toilets for like what 8, 11 years. No. It was like 8 or 11 years, something like that. And he was like, yeah, women are way messier in the bathroom than men are. I'm like, really?
Oh, Dana said some women are pigs.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Just boil it down to what you're really thinking, Dana.
Yeah, no, seriously. There was like a video of a woman on TikTok who she was a girl, like a little girl. She's her sister went off to college and she was living in like the bottom room of the house, and then she had to clean out the room, and she did like a whole TikTok of where she slowly cleaned out the entire room, and then she moved in there, and she said that there were bottles of pee in it, that there were bottles with pee in them.
Oh,
And I was like, what? Like, this woman lived so unclean. It was ridiculous. There were bottles of pee everywhere in the room. And then there was like food and shit. And it's just, I mean, I totally
that sounds
believe
like an
that.
episode of Hoarders.
It's not
Oh,
even that. You would think it, not even that hoarders, because hoarders like collect. She was just very unclean. She would just
oh,
like take a bite of something and then throw it away. It's not like they kept it like, oh, she was just a very dirty person. So I was just like, I
oh.
believe it. It could be a thing. Maybe just in
Yeah.
that region of the country, they're dirtier over there.
Oh, no. Don't
Yeah,
say that.
maybe perhaps. Who knows?
Yeah, here I was surprised. You're probably not going to be surprised by this, but here, when I was first traveling, I travel a lot for work, or I did, and before the shit show. And then the kid's been going with me since the kid was born. So at 2 months old, the kid went on a trip to Las Vegas with me. But at school, most of the teachers have been very supportive about it because we missed some school. But I didn't know like 75% of the kids in the school have never been out of the state. I went, yikes. Oh, yikes.
Is that a bad thing? I've never.
To me,
what
to
year
me,
of the school is it though? Like
this is like the whole school experience, 1 through 12. A whole bunch of the kids have never been out of the state.
oh, that's fine. They're
And
not gonna remember it anyway. So yeah, they're not even gonna. Yeah, that's not even a. That's funny that you think that that's a weird thing. I'm like, yeah, they're not even. If I was a parent, I wouldn't take my kid out of the state for if they're one to
really?
12. If they're 1 to 12, you're not gonna remember. You're not even
Oh,
gonna
no, I
remember.
meant to 12th grade.
I thought you meant age 1 to 12.
Oh, well, no, but you still remember. You know what? It's not that you remember it personally when you're that young, it's that the pictures. So, like, I have 10,000 pictures of me taking the kid all over the place. And the
Okay,
kid,
that's
the
different.
kid thinks he remembers because he sees himself in the picture.
Okay, that's yeah. That I get that. That's different. Um.
But I
Uh.
think it's important because New Hampshire is too much everybody's the same. If I hadn't taken the kid out to see everybody, the kid would think every place was like here.
Yeah. No. I mean, and that's fine. There are tons of people. I mean, there are tons of celebrities who are like, I've been living in this area my whole life, and I never moved out until now. So I became like a celebrity. But uh, in where I'm from in New Britain, actually, there's not really that many Asians. So I understand. And when I went to New York, when I went to Los Angeles, there were so many Asians where I'm just like, this is either not, there were so many Asians where it's just like, oh, I forget that these people even exist because there are none in New Britain like that. So I'm just
And
like, so to
so
speak to what you just said.
if you had a concept of what they were like, what another person was like other than your own self, didn't it you learn a lot being around a whole variety of different people?
No, I knew for a fact that people were different
Oh, well, you
than the
from
people
early
in New
on,
Britain
okay.
because I was different. So everyone there was the same. So I was like, yeah, I know for a fact there are other people out there that are not like this. You can
Okay.
just watch TV and just recognize that. Like, oh, there are people in Texas who are way better than these people, who dress better, who are smarter, who
Well,
don't
you're
say
watching
dumb things.
Dallas. You're watching Dallas only, right?
Dallas only or something, or people in California who are like, oh, what? Okay, so these people don't smoke weed in the bathroom. How about that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, so talking to that. Oh, yeah. See, yeah, my naughty cup. We were talking about that before.
Yeah, the
You know what I
CBD kids.
find worked exceptionally well when I was younger? Somebody would say something, I would agree with them, and then they wouldn't believe me. Like my father would say, "You moved to New Hampshire to join a commune so you could smoke pot, didn't you?" And I said, "Absolutely. I smoke every chance I get." And then he'd go, "You do not," you know. So like I
Yeah, okay. It's
see
one of
that
those like
works.
reverse sarcasm psychology sort of things. I
Yeah.
mean, I didn't even know if that was true. It was like, so do you actually smoke weed? I'm like, oh, okay, so she's just kidding. So I'm just like, yeah,
See, now you don't know for sure, do you?
I don't know for sure because I mean, I've been told I'm dry so often that that people can't tell when I'm joking or not. But yeah, I I mean, weed is bigger here, so
Oh, so oh, mm-mm-mm. So tell me more about when you're coming up with stuff for your YouTube channel or for actually for anything for like material.
mm.
Do you do better on your own or it's just inspiration flying by or do you sit around and do it like a songwriter with other songwriters? How do you come up with your
It's all.
material?
I mean, it's all those things really.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all those things all the time. I just learned recently not to schedule it. I mean, you can't really schedule inspiration or creativity. You kind of have to do it all the time, all day, every day. Um,
So you
uh,
just do a bunch of stuff in regular life and it hits you.
yeah, I mean, it's mainly just it's you. So you just have a topic or something that happened to you, and then you just keep talking about that for however long you can talk about it, and then maybe you return back to it. Um, yeah, you can pull from experience or what you've like witnessed and stuff. Um, but like collaborating with other comedians is like slightly more difficult than people think it is because everyone has like a different thing that they think is the right. It's not like really adding to something. It's more just like, well, this is funnier than that, as
So the
opposed
other
to,
people that are in your videos with you aren't necessarily comedians. They're friends of yours
oh no, those
doing.
some of them are comedians and then some of them are friends too. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. The other people in
So
my videos are yeah,
so you go to them and go, "Hey, I got this idea. You mind doing this with me?"
yeah, and then they say yes. Well, I mean, then they even there like collaborating with. You'll see comedians, you'll see people in my videos, and you'll be like, oh, it was probably easy to get them to. It's not actually like you trying to connect with other comedians and get them to do like sketches is actually far more annoying and taxing because they. I mean, how can I say this? Um, there's some people where it's easy, thank God, and those are like actually like real friends. But then there are other comedians where it's just like it's so hard to even get them to respond back to your text message, where it's just like it's just not even worth it anymore. Like this will probably be the last video we do together. So, so I mean, yeah. But I do eventually. I'm trying to do like another couple of sketches with a comedian who I tried to reach out to, and then we had like we had some dialogue back and forth, but then she just completely left me on red. So here we are. So
But
it's very difficult.
I'm asking all these things, and people listening are probably saying, "What's this have to do with what we do for a gig?" Because most of my buddies are in direct sales. If you think about listening to what you're saying, it's the same.
It
I want to
is
do stuff with some of my direct sales buddies, and I call them, and they leave me unread. And
exactly.
it's like some people work with me right away. Matter of fact, we have like a little clique that hangs around together. You probably are doing that too.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's
Well, not a little click, but it's mainly just like me and one other person who we're really great friends with. Um, but
when there's
like,
like four of us, and we have different strengths, and we end up. it's like friendly competition. So like when something big the company offers, I don't want to be the one that didn't get it, you know?
Yeah. See, that's something I would like to have. Is just it's literally just like a crew or something like that, or like yeah, like a really group. I like that a lot. Um, but what was I gonna say? No, no, no. You're right. You're kind of using like extrapolation with this, just talking to a comedian, because I mean, with anything, if it's not easy, it's not even worth it when it comes to collaboration. There are certain comedians who I've collaborated with where it's like it's just like a breeze, it's easy, and we just flow so well. But then there are other people where it's like I'm trying to make it work. There are people you want to do business with, there are friends you want to make, but they for some reason are just too hard to get in contact with, so it's not even worth it anymore. You can
Yeah,
try only until they're like, I'm not even gonna waste my time anymore.
right.
So I
It's
learned
just
that
not a
recently.
fit. It sounds like it would be a fit, but then it's just not a fit.
And it sucks because you see cool people who do cool things and you're like, oh, I want to work with that person, but then they're just they just not working out with you. So it kind of sucks. So you just don't click. It's a wrong Lego piece. Kind of
Yeah, wrong Lego piece.
yeah.
So, how much have you been able to do a lot of just app stand up?
Yeah. Not really. Um, Obviously because of but I've still been doing like, it's like salt. Like I'll sprinkle a little bit of stand up in my life at this point. But things are opening back up, so I'm definitely gonna get back out there on the stage. Thank God.
Awesome.
But yeah, here and there I've been doing, but it's like all mainly outside. So, and
Oh,
that's horrible because I mean,
yeah.
I mean, it's cold here, but imagine doing stand up like
Oh
in a
no,
parking lot exactly in Connecticut or in New Hampshire.
no, no.
Yeah.
It's not cold there. I'm still laughing about that.
Well, I mean,
It's
yeah,
like
it's 60
7 here.
degrees and it's like, yeah, no,
It's
it's
like
freezing.
yeah, it's like 7. I took the dog out to go pee, and the dog's like, "Are you kidding me?" It like
Yeah,
froze halfway out. It's like
that's funny.
he's
Yeah.
like, "No, no, not into it." No, there was only one time I'm surprised. The dog's from Tennessee. I got the dog from a rescue in Tennessee, so he's looking at this like, "What the hell?" And there was only one time so far we had this like windy blizzard going on, and the dog got to go out because we're not doing it in my house, right? So I opened the door, and I actually had to shove the dog out and shut the door.
That's funny. Do you like do you I would do this if I had a dog. Do you put like coats on them and stuff? Because that's what I do.
I don't put a coat on the dog.
I would do that.
Is that a
To,
thing?
you didn't yeah, that's dog apparel is huge here. I mean, I would do this. I've
Oh
seen them put like
no!
dogs in like mitts for their
Oh
like hands, and like sometimes they give dogs shoes, and then they put the
no!
like when it's really cold they give the dogs a coat. So I'm just like,
No,
okay.
I don't. I'm obviously not a subscriber to the Man Village rules. I'm not even a man, for God's sake. However, I don't treat my dog like a sissy dog.
Like a sissy dog. Yeah, fair enough. More like treating them like they're human and shit. But yeah, yeah, I
Well,
get
no,
that.
I shouldn't say that. I mean, I spoil the dog. The dog's
Yeah,
gained like 4 pounds since I got him, but
yeah,
because I
I
give
get
him too
that.
many biscuits, right? Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
don't put little outfits on. Well, the kid put a little bee outfit on the dog, poor dog, but that was Halloween. I mean,
yeah. I was like, that's a Halloween
yeah,
costume. Clearly, I
and
would only make my dog wear shoes just because I don't like the dirt or stuff that they track outside to get into the house. Because I'll more than likely like to let the dog like sleep on the edge of my bed. And it's like if you've laid down outside and then you get in my bed, I don't like that. So then, but that's the only reason. Yeah, I would never have my dog wear shoes inside the house. It would only be outside because it's like you're gonna be on the dirty ground. Los
dog
Angeles
shoes.
ground is horrible. Los Angeles, I mean, fucking, you could eat off of a Connecticut ground compared to Los Angeles ground. So
I can't even imagine the difference for you moving out there because that's got to be a. I've been out there. It's not like I've never been out there, but there's no trees. I mean, really, there's no. It's not enough space between people.
in California,
Yeah.
no, no,
No,
no, it's actually
not
very,
all California, but in LA County, it's very a lot of people.
it's a lot of
Very
people, but surprisingly, it's more spacious than
oh
New York. You'd be surprised. Yeah, New
oh
York is
well
actually
no New York, yeah.
New York
I
is very
go
tight.
I go to New York, by the way, this sounds weird, but I like to go usually in February, which we're not going to go this year, but because by February, I want to make sure there's other people still out there in the world.
Yeah.
Because where I live, what am I seeing? Three people a week. So, and they're usually the ones that live in my house. So, but when you go to New York, they're all there. They're like, there's the other people. Yay.
Yeah.
'Cause, oh God, New Hampshire, we're not seeing, right?
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, it's very. I mean, I've seen some of the widest, like largest streets I've ever seen in my entire life in California. And Gay Cato, yeah, it's 50. Yeah, it's cold in LA right now. It's not
And she
freezing.
lives right out near you. She lives in Torrance.
Exactly, it's very
Yeah.
cold in LA. People think that it doesn't get cold here. It gets very cold during the winter time.
Yeah, she said
And
her friends all have coats for their dogs.
yeah, no, it's true. It's a
Okay,
thing.
you should have let me in on that.
Yeah,
No.
it's a real thing.
No.
It's not even like a. This is like they're probably cold too. I mean, it is the same thing if you were like walking in the desert with your dog. You'd have to eventually carry them on your back because their paws can't handle the heat of the ground. So it's
Well, I have a reason I don't have little shoes on the dog feet because I don't want to be out there that long.
yeah,
Hey, make it snappy there, pal. You know, and
yeah,
matter of fact, I got one of those retractable 26 feet leashes because I'm like, if it's a blizzard, I'm standing in the garage door and you're doing your business within 26 feet of this
yeah,
door because I'm not
yeah.
there.
I don't know why people don't train their dogs to just do that. I would try to see if I can get my dog to use the bathroom in the house.
Oh, yeah, but then, oh, that's a bad precedent to set. Really? Because
Why?
then they might go anywhere, not
No, I
just
mean only
in
no
bed.
only in the bathroom in the house though. Like use the
Oh,
toilet, like Bruce Almighty or something.
right. Yeah, I'd like to see that happen.
That would be not. I
Yeah.
don't know why we haven't done this yet.
Actually,
Somebody needs to work on this.
my cat actually, this is so nasty, goes to the bathroom in the little sink downstairs here. And I say, you know what? The cat's like actually, what, 6 feet away from being a genius. Because the cat 6 feet more, one side, it'd be in the toilet. But instead he's crapping in the sink. So this like
Yeah, I understand where like the mind could go that route because if you just turn the sink on, it'll just wash down the drain. So I'm
oh
assuming
no,
that they
no,
think that
not
that's
the right. But number two, right. No, you can't, that doesn't go down the drain.
exactly. But I'm sure they look at you use the toilet and they think that that's the same thing. Like, oh, is this the toilet for me?
Oh, you
So
think that? Oh, yeah. The other cats beat that cat. That's the problem.
no,
Oh,
okay,
one of them, somebody said we have a cat use the toilet when I was a little LIDT. I don't
kid
know what that is. Oh, kid.
connected,
Okay.
they corrected themselves, kid. Yeah,
Yeah, I've
that was
never had a cat use the toilet. That would be
yeah,
awesome.
that's such a dope thing to. Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, if your cat uses the sink, I'm like, I get exactly where their mind makes the connection. Yeah,
Well, I
it's a
think my
metal
cat
bowl.
used it because the other three cats beat her.
Like,
Yeah, they just beat her, and I don't know why. There's no reason. But of course, that cat's like a little bit feral. You know what
yeah,
I mean? A little while, and she was like born outside or something. I don't know, and never calmed down. Matter of fact, I was doing. You don't know my mother, but my mother is like the Pope. You don't. You know, I'm afraid of my mother. I don't care how. Right, right. I'm afraid of my mother, and she doesn't look like she could hit me still, but her favorite saying when I was a kid, you're going to hear two thumps, me hitting you and you hitting the ground.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I hear that
So
saying a lot.
sitting there, she's like 83 now. We're sitting there at the table doing a puzzle, and Maisie, the cat, just walked up and slapped her face. It's like, oh, it's like Maisie done lost her mind.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's like petting in their heads
You
or
think
something.
so?
I think when cats touch you, they think they're petting you.
Really?
So
They're
it's
like, yeah.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I've seen actually, you know what? Cats do throw punches as well, which is interesting. So
Yeah,
I've seen cats fight each other like that, where they literally like punch someone
oh,
in the face, which is odd. Because it's like,
yeah,
where do you learn that?
my kid said Maisie scratching or doing that to Grammy's face is like when a cop stops you, you slap him in the face because we have that much reverence for Grammy. You know what I mean?
That who? What?
It'd be like you know how you're not supposed to slap a cop when he
Okay,
stops
you're
you.
right. That makes sense.
You're
I'm
also
like,
not supposed to slap Grammy for any reason
yeah,
unless you
I
have
love that.
Yeah,
Was she
yeah.
did she like serve in the military or something? Is that she's that intimidating or something?
My mother?
Yeah.
No, no, she didn't have to.
Ah, that's
No.
funny.
You just don't. No, you just right.
Right. Oh, I
She
wonder where that
actually
comes
only
from.
slapped me once ever. Once ever. Only
She
slapped my
never.
face.
Oh,
Once.
it's every.
One
Ah, okay,
time
gotcha.
ever. And it wasn't even that big of a thing. It's not like I robbed a bank or something. My brother taught me a poem and I didn't know it was bad. It was
Mm.
see my finger, see my thumb, see my peace sign -1.
Ah, that's funny. That's
And
funny. And then
I still have a mark, don't I? She went,
that's
wham!
she sounds like a real fun. She sounds like a really caring mother, and I love her. She sounds very fun.
Yeah, she's funny. Yeah, I'm scared
Yeah.
of her.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine. They say that's healthy for a parent. I don't know. What do I know? They say that's healthy.
It's healthy to be scared? Yeah, no, I agree with that. Yeah, I have cousins. I have cousins that aren't scared. Oh, and her sister, Aunt Nancy. My cousins like are not scared of Aunt Nancy. They're crazy. That's batshit crazy. Because
Yeah.
My Aunt Nancy, my mother is scary, right? And I mean that in the best possible way. But my Aunt Nancy, oh my God, where you know what she did? She hid in the closet. She caught her husband cheating on her, hid in the closet, and shot the mattress out from under them when they right. We called that the shotgun story for years. And so Nancy, I'm afraid of Nancy even worse. Matter of fact, when me and Nancy go out speaking, like I do a speaking, public speaking training, and I always let her carry the money because I know no one taking it from her.
It sounds
She,
like a very fun family.
yeah.
Did she kill anybody when she shot the mattress or
No, no, not that time.
okay. This sounds like a real fun family. I love
Yeah.
the gotta invite me over for the
Have you
holidays.
seen the Shameless?
I'm working on that show Tuesday.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's
It's really
awesome.
fun. They're gonna ask I'm gonna be in the background. So but yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I watched that show. I
I'm
watched the show.
My
Yeah.
family is the hillbilly version of that. If we're not,
Uh
they're the city version, we're the hillbilly version.
the
Yeah.
Chicago. I mean, hey, I love that. I mean, that makes the best kind of content, the best kind of stories. So I mean, it's traumatic in the moment, but very funny story after the fact.
When we were somewhere, I was saying about the shotgun story, and my Aunt Nancy said, "That is not true. That is not even a true story. I can't believe you tell people that story." And I said, "That didn't happen at all?" She said, "It was a handgun."
Yeah, that's that's hilarious. You see what
I
I'm
was
talking
like,
about? They're just, I mean, they're just delusionally hilarious, and they don't even realize it.
"Oh no, she has no idea that that's
Yeah,
unusual."
is that
No,
does that like puzzle
no.
you when you see like other parents, when you see like other kids not be afraid of their parents? Does that transfix you?
It scares me for them. I can't understand it.
Like you can't understand why like a child would
They're
not
like,
be
no,
afraid of their parent.
so like we're at the store or something or a restaurant, and I'll see a little kid back talk their mother, and I'm thinking,
Yeah, yeah,
I'm thinking, oh, I'm afraid for you because
yeah.
that's not. Oh,
A
no, that's not
lot of
good.
parents, yeah, I see
The only
that.
way I back talk my mother is if well, I don't know. Let's see, had roller skates and a head start.
Yeah, right?
So, right,
Exactly. If you were on the track team or something, then you could probably get some shit away, some shit off. There's
right.
some shit I'd
'Cause
like to get off my chest before I run like hell. So,
yeah, I haven't actually tried that yet. No, I
yeah.
just say yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
I
see, they don't even say
consider,
that.
yeah,
They
I'm
just
an
go,
idiot, but not
okay.
quite that bad. Right, yeah. And that's why I don't understand my cousins not being afraid. They're
Is that
like,
like, are they younger?
"Oh, no, no, one of them, like, not afraid of my mother. And I'm like, are you crazy? They're like, she's a little old lady now. How can you be afraid of her? I'm like, have you even seen her cane year round? She has this thing. It's supposed to be for ice and it's got like little stabby things on the end of it. She keeps it on the end of her cane. So if she doesn't like what you said,
What the heck? Yeah, she's gonna be a real fun character in the retirement home. She's gonna be a fan favorite over there. I can't wait. It's gonna be really funny.
yeah, yeah. I'm looking forward to that.
Jesus Christ.
Oh no. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, anyway, I hope we didn't talk too much about random stuff you didn't want to talk about.
No, 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 no. No, not at all. Actually, I very much enjoyed the conversations here. It's funny, interesting. It's funny always talking to people. I enjoy talking to people from different areas. Culture shock.
Well, no, right. Now you're gonna go away going, holy crap.
No, not even that. I mean, like, oh, that family sounds more interesting than mine. But yeah, because I've never been to New Hampshire. I hear a lot about it, but I'm like, the shit that you're talking about, I'm like, okay, let's
You
go over
need,
there.
yeah, you should come visit. You get lots of material.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah,
yeah,
I love
yeah,
traveling anyway.
yeah. No, and Art Nancy, it's she's so colorful, anyways. But I think what lulls me in is you think you're just talking about regular stuff. Like with Art Nancy, we were out one time doing, I'm selling my books that I wrote and all this stuff, and we're just talking about business and everything. And I'm thinking, wow, she's got some really good ideas here. And then all of a sudden she says, why don't we do? I can't even say it. Why don't we do tarot card readings while we're
Yeah.
and then it dawns on me. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, we're gonna need you to get out of here. Can you, this is like, we're gonna need you to leave. You kind of bring the
Uh,
mood that, yeah, right?
well, yeah, I forget that, right? So
But
it's like hillbilly version of Shameless, or My Name Is Earl. Have you seen that show?
no, but I've heard of it. Like I keep, well, I mean, I used to see promos for it on FX all the time. So yeah,
Yeah, we're right there, right there.
I feel that.
It's awesome. Yeah.
But thanks honestly for having me. I appreciate the talk.
Yes, thank you very much. And give us your YouTube channel.
YouTube channel is Josh Shakespeare. Instagram is Josh A Shakespeare. I mean, I think Kelly actually already she sent me a friend request.
Oh,
Thanks for
nice.
that, Kelly. Yeah. So the YouTube is Josh Shakespeare. Instagram is Josh A Shakespeare. Facebook, obviously the same name, and then TikTok, uh, also the same Josh A Shakespeare
Is
as in that
Shakespeare
name.
your genuine last name, or did you
Yeah,
change it? Oh,
that's my real
nice.
last name. Yeah, thanks.
Awesome. In Monday Morning Madness, which is the group that supports the calls, um, go ahead and put your links in there for us so we can all find you.
Let's see. How the hell do I do that?
Oh, I can put them in for you.
Okay. I wish I could do it right here.
You can do it right there, I think.
I'm trying to yeah, because I'm just tapping in the chat button and I can't see anything.
Oh, yeah. Oh, what happened? What happened? He left by mistake. You left.
Yeah.
You
So
decided to leave by mistake.
no, that was a accident. Yeah. See, I tried to press the button. Is that wasn't the right one?
That was kind of funny.
That's funny.
Okay.
If you could do the link thing, that would be great. Because
Yeah, I
yeah,
will do that.
we have a new
I will
sketch
do
coming
that.
out today. It's Monday, so
Oh, awesome.
3
Awesome.
p.m.
Well, I'm
Standard Time.
I'm going to end the live, but stay right there for a minute so I can talk to you. Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks. Bye,
Thanks.
everybody. We'll see you at 1 o'clock Eastern for the Send Out Cards training Zoom.